Is there a way to prime the pumps of manifesting? That's exactly what we're talking about today on Mindful Manifesting, and you're listening to Aryana Rollins. But before we dive into this episode, if you would like a little workbook to kickstart your manifesting, guided meditation, and an exercise, completely free, go to mindfulachiever.com, and it's called Kickstart Your Manifesting Journey. All right. So the other day, it was actually a few weeks ago, I was thinking to myself, there's an exercise that I do for myself. It's kind of like reflecting on what I'm grateful for, but it's a little different than that. It's really more counting my blessings. What do I mean by that? Well, it's those things that if they were to go away, I would miss them. I would feel really like something was gone, something was lacking, that I would long for it. So gratitude is, in my mind, a little different. Okay, so say someone is helping you. They're helping you find something in a store. Maybe it's an electronic store. It's a complicated purchase, and maybe it's a cable, and you're not that familiar with the cables and the technology, and you are relying on someone in the store to help you. And they find the right cable. Maybe you connect it to your iPad, and your headphones now work, and you're really grateful. You appreciate that this person helped. That's gratitude in something that we would say, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for helping me. And I want to point out also a phrase, appreciate. And if you think about what you appreciate, even if you just look at it from the financial industry, appreciation, there's a growth in your investment, that your property, your real estate property, appreciated. Looking at words, I'm kind of a word nerd. Sometimes a word comes to me and I'm like, I got to look it up. What's that mean? And a lot of times I will see depth into the word that I just assumed I knew what it was. So considering appreciate, what do you want to grow? What do you want to have more of in your life? Isn't manifesting in a way like that? Sometimes it is brand new things. Sometimes it's more of that, please. Thank you for that, please. More of that success. And those are the things I would say are you want to put your energy on, because where your thinking goes, where your feeling goes, your energy goes. And that energy can be used to further your life, help you attract. I don't even like that word, attract. Let me delete that right now. Help you make the right actions, have the right thinking, have the right feeling, that you actually are bringing that thing towards you. Okay? So appreciate, priming the pumps of manifesting, and how does that all kind of tie together? And attitude of gratitude, which is a phrase I coined, almost 20 years ago. And now gratitude is a big deal, gratitude journals. And while I think they're important, our mindset as we approach gratitude, quotes around it, appreciation, priming the pumps of manifesting is important, because if we can come to an exercise, even if it's just writing 3 things that you're grateful for or you appreciate, counting your blessings, with the right attitude, you can go to the top of the charts with it. But with the attitude of, I have to do this, it's something that I've learned works, I must do this, and if I do this, then I can go have my cup of tea, or then I can relax. It's those things that can become routinized. I just made up a new word. You got a routine. And that routine has served you. It helps you maybe have a miracle morning. Great book, by the way, by Hal Elrod, Miracle Morning. You exercise, Maybe you meditate. Maybe you do a visioning, or if you're following my work, maybe you're doing a practice process on something that you want to accomplish, do, be, or have. So your miracle morning has been serving you. You're feeling great. And then it starts to feel like a routine, like I have to. If I get all this done, then I can relax. We even do that with our work, don't we? In our business. If I get all this done, if I get my to-do list, if I send that email, if I record that podcast, if I prep the slides for my presentation on Sunday, then I can relax. It's those things, that's the disconnect I would like to make for you. Because those things can put a pressure on you, and that is the opposite of priming the pumps for manifesting. Priming the pumps. It's, I get this done, and then I get to rest. And so if you think about it, what's the aim? What's the bigger intention there? Is it to rest, or is it to get that thing done? When we have that connection in our mind, I would hazard to guess the bigger thing, your bigger intention is to rest. And when we don't pay attention to that and we put all these things in front of our rest, we can get, there's like a, we can get run down. We can get run down. So looking at, do you have that? Do you have that? I'm going to pay myself with the rest if I get X, Y, Z done. I'd like you to shift that up. Just play with me here for a moment. Maybe try it for a week. And rest first. Now maybe this is going to ferret out some blocking patterns, some programming that says if I rest, I won't ever come out of the rest. I won't ever get to that task. And that, my friends, is really brilliant awareness. And then I would go after that pattern, that view, that program that says if I rest, I won't ever get back to it. That's sometimes for people who resist taking a nap. Because like if I take a nap, I won't wake up. And I've got a lot left to do in my day. Rest, I think more important than ever for humans on the planet right now is rest. And rest doesn't mean actually sleeping. Rest could be unplugging from media, from the not watching a Netflix movie, not watching social scrolls. Maybe just turning everything off and go to one of your favorite chairs, or maybe even sit up in your bed or lie down. Just give yourself some shut-eye, literally, and shut down the influences, all the energies that are coming through your eyes. And as you look around your home, you might say, oh gosh, I got to do that. And when you shut your eyes, you're giving yourself permission to disconnect from your environment for just a moment. That's one of the benefits of meditation. And I would say sleep. So giving yourself permission to rest. And when you want to manifest something and you start to put these to-dos in front of it, that's the same thing. It disconnects you from that prime manifesting energy, that desire, that wish to have something new in your life or new in the world. If you're an entrepreneur, you want to bring this program to the world because you feel it's going to make a difference. That manifesting energy is pure gold. And you don't want to, ideally, I invite you to consider, maybe you don't want to put a lot of to-dos in front of that manifesting energy. Maybe you want to connect to what you really need and allow yourself to give yourself permission to go after that. I'll give another example. Then we're going to circle back to priming the pumps and manifesting because I got a little exercise here for you. There are a lot of times in the nearly 20 years I've been in this field of accomplishing goal achievement, manifesting, achieving, that someone will come to me and they say that I want to manifest a house on the beach. Lovely. Great. So we write that down. And then I say, why do you want that? Well, because I like to hear the sound of the ocean. And it'll mean that I've arrived. I have a house on the beach. And I've accomplished it. I am now a homeowner of a very prime property. Great. How will your life change? And they said, well, then my partner and I would be happy because we're in this tiny, cramped space. And we've always wanted to be at the beach. We feel so good. We get along so well at the beach. Are you seeing where this is going, my friend? Are you seeing this? So I'm pretty intuitive, I've been told. And when I'm working with someone, they will talk and I listen. I listen deeply. I listen for the music beneath the words. I listen for the harmony. And that's what I'm tuning to. So in that example, the client who wanted to have a house on the beach, and that's what she wanted to manifest, what do you think the true desire was? Harmony and connection with her partner. So what if we switch things up? I said. What if we go after that first? And more often than not, they can feel the resonance of the truth of what I said. And when we set an objective to create that harmony in their partnership, in that maybe they're married, maybe it's their live-in partner, and they used to have that. When we set an objective to reconnect them to that feeling, that way of being, maybe it's been many years, maybe it was the beginning of the relationship, that they seem to have buried under the obligations, the to-dos, the tasks that we all have to go through running a home and making a living, maybe even raising children, running a business. We can feel that once we get those done, then we can rest. Then we can relax with our partner. Then we would have harmony. Are you starting to see the connection here? So diving a little deeper into what it is, what's the reason, what do you think that will bring you, can really give you a golden nugget. And I invite you, if it feels aligned, to set your manifesting eyes, your manifesting sight, your objective, your goal on that. And then, what could you do, be, or have with harmony in your relationship? Do you think your sleep might be better? Do you think your health might be better? Do you think your business might run better? Do you think you'd get on with that program that you want to bring and crafting it? Do you think you could make more money? And then maybe that will lead you to that house on the beach? So focus, my friends, on that, what's the word? Eye on the prize. More often than not, it's not the house on the beach. It's what will make the most meaningful difference in your life day to day. I can tell you, when I have stayed in fabulous hotels and things, I don't know anybody who owns a home on the beach, there is noise, the waves, and you might find yourself needing to shut the door because you need to listen to something, I don't know, like a movie or a podcast. You're having a conversation you can't hear because the roar of the waves. So it's those little things that we may not take into account when we're looking to manifest something. And what is it, that phrase, God is in the details? I would say manifesting power is in the details. And diving deep into what you feel it will do change in your life, how it's going to impact your life, and dwelling in that. Just the other day, I've created a wonderful new exercise. It's called the Basic Achiever Objective Process. Now, I've done this before many times with my clients, but I've never had it in a form, a 2-page form. And I noticed when I created the form and I walked through it myself, I was like, wow, I got such an insight. Holy moly, I had no idea. And it's with the right questions and working with the right person that it can bring out those gems that can help you prime the pumps of manifesting. Prime the pumps of manifesting. So I promise you an exercise. So the exercise is don't do attitude of gratitude. It's become an unfortunate phrase and everybody's talking about it. And we get into this familiarity and the term can actually get all cluttered and you don't get the benefit. We go through that autopilot, like I said. We got our miracle morning and we meditate, we walk the dog, we exercise, and maybe do a little spiritual reading. It's like, okay, got that done. Now I can have my cup of tea, or now I can, do what I really want to do, which is rest. So priming the pumps of manifesting, I invite you to count your blessings. And from this perspective, to look around at your home. What have you taken for granted? What is kind of moved into the background? You don't notice it anymore. I tell you, people who live on the beach, they tell me they don't see the ocean anymore. We can get familiar with things. So for me, as I was doing this exercise, March 7th, just this year, 2025, I was sitting up in my bed and I had my journal in front of me and I wrote down the title, Priming the Pumps of Manifesting. And I was looking out. I have this lovely bedroom that has big windows and it has a sliding glass door out onto my balcony. And I was looking out through the balcony doors, sliding glass doors, and I felt this overwhelming appreciation for the nature outside my bedroom. There are birds singing, there are deers that walk by, there are even armadillos when I'm out on the balcony and I can see them. I can't obviously see the armadillos and the deer from my third floor. And then I thought to myself, so much to be grateful for. So much. And then I started to ask myself, what would I miss if it were gone? And I must have wrote, 30 items. So counting my blessings helped prime the pumps of manifesting. And here's something I think that is really important to know. With personal and spiritual growth, the real prize is self-awareness. Because through that self-awareness, we can know, love, and accept ourselves, and then we can give that to others. We can know, love, and accept others. If we don't know, love, and accept ourselves, if we don't have that self-awareness, it's pretty tough to be a great supportive partner or even friend. Self-awareness is that golden ring on the merry-go-round. Self-awareness, because from that you know what you want. You know what you'd like to change in your life. You turn up to be the partner you want because you're aware. You can recognize when you have a pattern running that's no longer serving you, that's maybe hurting others, and you've got the tools to change it. All right. I hope you enjoyed this podcast. I didn't know what I was going to cover, but a lot of times I just have a phrase and it just pours out. Thank you so much for listening. And as we wrap up, remember, as you confirm yourself, you chart your own path to success. So much love. Many blessings. Bye for now.